Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I'm iSlip, and today I'm going to be doing a quick sort of review. Let's just go ahead and zoom out and get to it. So, as you can see, doing a review of the Warbotron X-ray kit, specifically the little Shockwave Build-A-Figures that you get. Now I'm redoing it for two reasons. For one, because I've repainted my original one to have more G1 Shockwave colors, and also painted the leg components in the silver color, so that when this becomes the gun, the barrel is silver like the original toys was. And then I also got a second one, which I made some improvements to upon getting, and colored it up as the Shackwave version. We call him Shackwave. It was Galactic Man, the Radio Shack colored Shockwave, which was gray. Here it's gunmetal gray, and the bits that were clear I painted in this well, it's supposed to be a metallic light blue, but it come out more like silver. I did make an improvement, something that you're gonna need to do. The legs, if you get this kit, make sure that you see here, let's bring this in close, that mushroom peg there, make sure you file that down some, because if you do not, you will not be able to put the legs together properly. If you do get them together, you won't be able to rotate them at the thigh like you're supposed to, so you get thigh rotation. And most likely, and this has happened with almost everybody's, you end up breaking the peg off, which is what happened over here. I broke the peg off, and I had to crazy glue it. No, it was this one. And I had to crazy glue it back together, and I put it on backwards because yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So I also fixed that. However, I still have an issue, which is you can't really tell. You can't really tell unless you take it apart. But the peg that goes through this shoulder connector down here is broken on this side. It basically tore off because the piece that slides over it, this piece here that slides over that peg, it was just too tight. And before you say, oh, it's because you paint, no, not because I painted it, because I made sure not to paint. I made sure this time not to paint anything, as you can tell with the pegs here, not to paint anything that was going to peg into something else and cause an issue. I've learned my lesson very well. So it tore off. Thankfully, a bit of the peg was still stuck in there, so I just screwed the screw in tight. And so far it's been holding the arm fairly decently. It gets a little loose, but that's okay. But otherwise, this is a pretty good looking little figure, especially when you paint it up. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can get, hopefully it's coming out okay. It's supposed to be gunmetal gray. Whenever I took pictures with my phone, it came out actually as black. I'm trying to get more of the sun on it so you can see. And this is hand painted with a brush. I'll show off all the paints I used for these customs in case you decide you want to get them. I got them at Walmart, and they work really great. With this figure, I've got barely any paint chipping. I've got a little bit. Whoops! I got a little bit back here, scraping from where this thing bends, but you really can't notice it. And the feet, well, that's because when I painted them, I put them on a surface with the wet paint, so every time I pulled it off, the paint came off too. For some reason, it was I got sterling silver paint for the legs, but even with 3 coats, you can still see. Thankfully, I painted the I painted the whole figure black first, so you don't really see the purple that was or underneath it unless you're looking inside the pegs or inside the screw holes. Because again, like I said, try to make sure I didn't get anything that was going to cause an issue. Now, that said, these are still really tight because of the extra layers of paint. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it hasn't had an issue coming out, but I've had to, you know, get like a screwdriver or something to get it out. Otherwise, let me go ahead and take this piece off. Otherwise, he's pretty good. I'll show you the articulation. He's got a bowl jointed neck, so you get lots of that. Oh, and this was kind of hard to do. I painted the inside black, and then I had to put like masking tape around the eye and then paint the eye. So that was kind of hard to do, not gonna lie. But yeah, a little perseverance and a lot of time. This took me a day and a half to paint, and then a day, and then, you know, after everything finished, putting it back together again was like a snap. So 360. Let's pull that back out now. 360 at the shoulder, in and out. There's an extra downward movement because inside the shoulder it slides down for transformation. That rotates there, here as well, and that's about it. And you get a bit of movement here, but that's for transformation. And you can see also some paint missing there. That's where trying to get this hand back out because it sticks in there. It's, you know, there's a lot of paint on here, so it does stick. So I won't be transforming him very often, but he looks great as a gun. No waste. Oh no, actually that's wrong. We have a bit of waist. We have a bowl jointed hip, upper thigh, bend here, and then the feet, due to transformation, do bend, so you can get more poses out of him. And that's pretty much it for this guy. But he, to me, looks great. I am so glad that he came out okay. I'm waiting for the sun to come out. It's starting to get cloudy. I guess it's supposed to storm soon, so my lighting is kind of going. But yeah, I think I did a pretty decent job, especially with this figure. I'm so happy the way it came out. The only issue I really have, again, is that shoulder. And if you look here, you can see where I painted it black, because that's actually the amber plastic there. And I'll go ahead and transform him into his gun mode real quick. And I won't worry about transforming the other guy. I'll show him off too, but go ahead and flip that around. Flip this around. Go ahead and lift that up. And you can rotate it, I guess. Rotate it backwards. Flip. I always have a problem with this. Flip this part here up. You can put this back down like that if you want to, or just, you know, let's rotate his head back the other way. I guess it works better the other way. Go ahead and put that down like so. Go ahead and straighten the arms out for now, and then bend these like so. Bend these like so. Carefully, because if you don't be careful, you're going to rub the paint off. Carefully slide these shoulder bits in and peg this together. And then these are supposed to peg up there. You can, if you want to, do so. I'm not gonna actually peg them in just because I painted the peg, so I don't want to get it stuck, but you can certainly do that if you'd like to. It holds fine without doing that. Get the legs straightened properly, and then clip them together, and then fold these bits in. Make sure this bit is up, and then you just take your little cord and plug it in as you will, and there you've got your Shackwave gun. And it looks, oh wait, I forgot about these parts. Take these bits and plug them into the legs. This will help keep the legs stable and in the proper places. Alright, and there you go. You have your Shackwave Galactic Man, as he was called, gun. And it looks fairly good. Fits into Warbotron Bruticus's hands. You can use them with the Titans figures, the Titan Metroplex and whatnot, as their hands are big enough to just wrap around anyway. But it was made for like this hand, and you take this peg here and it plugs into one of these peg holes there. And let me go ahead and do that. And there you go. You've got your Shackwave gun in the Warbotron Bruticus hands. And it looks pretty good. And I'll bring in the other guy real quickly because I gotta wrap this review up. But take a quick look at him. You can see the purples are nice, pink. I went with pink because the original figure had translucent pink. Again, I did the paint the background of the eye area black and then dabbed the thing with yellow. It kind of got a little bit on the sides there of it, but otherwise it looks pretty neat. Transforms the exact same way. I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and show you size comparisons. Here he is with a current Legends class figure. Here's with a Classics Generations Henkei style Starscream. And a current Generations Deluxe, which the Titan Returns figure. So there you can see the size comparisons. He's in between Legends and the other one. And then let me just go ahead and bring in the Shockwave gun. You can see how big the gun actually is in comparison. Here you go. You can see he's almost as tall as a Generations figure. So anyway, that's it for my review. Just wanted to, you know, get this out here. So yeah, these little kits are really pretty cool, especially when you want to customize them. Pretty darn good. I can't wait to get some more so I can do Astro Magnum, which is black and red. Instead of gray with silver and a red eye, it's black and red. I can't wait for that, and you know, whatever else. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. I'm iSlip. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Okay, before I forget, I almost forgot. These are the colors that I got from Walmart. These four here were 97 cents each. These here were $1.97. For the purple Shockwave, I used purple velvet, dandelion yellow, and black, and the pink one. Where did the pink one go? Okay, sorry about that. So, purple velvet, dandelion yellow, regular black. I don't think I used sequin black. Just regular black, and pink blush for, and these were 97 cents each for the regular Shockwave. And then for Shackwave, for the gray one, I used the black as a base coat. Real red, this was just for the eye. Metallic ice blue, that's what gave it the silverish color for the chest and the hands. And the gun, gunmetal gray, because that was the color, the base, the color for the figure was gunmetal gray. I figured that would be better than just regular gray. And sterling silver, which is what I use for the legs, which this doesn't work very well. This doesn't it doesn't hold on to the figure as well as the other colors. Like all these other colors, I painted on the figure, and I didn't have an issue with the colors underneath seeping through. But this one, no matter how many layers I put on, just kept which looked good for, which looked kind of good for the Shockwave figure, where there was a slight bit of pink coming, purple coming through. But for Shackwave, I mean, it just ended up making it look like it was gunmetal gray, but worn. Which, you know, for worn, this is a good color for worn. You know, making the figure look like the paint is worn and whatnot. This over here, this one I'm wiggling now, is just good for, you know, it's gunmetal gray. It's gun. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure that and then I just used regular paint brushes. Let me grab one real quick. Just used a regular paintbrush to apply everything, and blue masking tape. So that said, that's the end of my review. That's what I basically used, and the colors came out pretty good. I was surprised. For the most part, it came out really good, much better than I thought, and I had much more control with this than I did with the spray paint. So that said, I'm Icelip. Thanks for watching. Have a good Mother's Day, and ciao.